this.
So this is the last topic.
And you have also
Username.
user. This is small topic, and that one is the high availability.
Okay.
How to integrate. So here I will say.
So if you get time, we'll go a little bit over the just recap of 30 minutes.
Okay, no problem.
For initial first and second, third, fourth, fifth, it is okay.
Okay. So login in the vmanage, and then go to where is the option security. So first I will go to router number 3, test PC1, and from here I will check Cisco admin 3. From here I want to ping first 172.33.12. Yes, I can ping. This is the IP address of the HQ server. From here I want to check, can I access FTP? Yes, I can access FTP.
From after the router 2, who will be?
This is the member of VPN 20.
Yeah.
Can I access HTTP? Maybe it is filtering HTTP. Because you will say the allow DF. Can I access SIF service? Because my goal is to filter this. I can access this.
SIF and FTP both.
I can access also FTP, but I want to only allow this
Block FTP.
block FTP. So here if I go for once again this close, I go to here, if I select this FTP, this IP, I can access. Okay, so now we'll see that with the help of zone based firewall how we can filter this. Allow only SIP service. Or let's say the deny SIP service.
Deny SIP and allow FTP. Or both.
Default action is drop, so I will say allow this SIP. Okay, so how to do this? After we go to, where is that? Is there any? Click on here.
once you go inside that remote desktop, something is happening. Yeah, to do that.
Just fine. Off.
It is off, right? In that case.
Okay, so now see, there is option to configure zone base. You have to go to configuration and security. There is a option custom options, and first you need once again list, and here list you will create zones. So I will say zone 20, member is VPN ID 20. Then I'll make second zone 10. Within a zone you may have more than one VPN. So here we are making separate list with independent VPN ID. Once you do this, now you have to follow the wizard security, add security policy. This is all tools, and here we go for custom tools, customizing everything. So this is the first tool which is talking about zone-based firewall, and I will add policy here, create new. Here I will say zone-based firewall. Okay, description is zone-based firewall, and now I have to create a rule here. So default action is drop. Here I will say sequence rule that allow the traffic based on port number. So I will say my source data prefix is any, but, or I can say that source data prefix is VPN 20, which is 18.10.0/24. Okay, source is this. Destination data prefix (172.33.11), and I can say prefix complete, because I'm going to filter specific application. So I will say destination protocol. You have to know the protocol of TCP, protocol ID. It is using 6. Then the destination port is 445 for SIP service. Common internet file system is using this port. And then source is this, destination is SIP service. Action is, these are the options. Inspect, meaning it will open the return traffic, stateful entry for the return traffic. Inspect, and here save and match. So this is the rule. Save this, but you have to be now specify here before to apply the zone pair. This policy need to be applied to zone pair. So zone which is we have created. Source is VPN 20. This is from the traffic originate. Destination is zone 10, VPN 10. Save this. So rule is applied 20 to 10. Save this policy. Then click next. We are not doing anything with IPS, with URL, malware protection. So this is a complete security package.
URL filtering also you can do here.
Yes.
Do we need any license for that, or maybe?
These license-based features. So here I will give the name zone-based firewall. Security name zone-based firewall. And I can, this is the option is very important. It will say any traffic which is going to the VPN 0 should be allowed. So I want to check this box. Bypass the policy and allow all the internet traffic to and from. And I can see the preview before to save this policy. So here I will say this is the policy name, and it's saying the match. Source is this, destination is this, to this port number.
Protocol is 6 means
TCP.
TCP. Okay.
Each protocol you have to identify the number.
Okay.
UDP is using 17, ICMP is 1.
Okay.
Default action is drop, but this says action is inspect. So then this is where the command zone to no zone is allow.
Zone to no zone. Acha, whichever.
Which is
not
VPN
defined.
0.
Okay.
Yes, which is VPN 0 in this case.
Okay.
Save policy. Since this is a localized policy, now I have to be apply this in specific device. In this case we are implementing for router 3 perspective. So go to template. This is the device template of R3. Add it, and in the additional template you will see the option security policy. This is where you have to be apply this policy zone base, that is the major wrapper, and then update. Next, you can see the policy here in the configuration preview, configuration commands for this. Configuration differences. Nice one. Configure this, and then I will go for R3 CLI. We can verify with the help of CLI commands. There is a option for this zone based firewall, ZBFW, and here we can see the filter statistics session. So no entries found. Okay. So when the traffic will originate, we should see some traffic here. So once the policy is applied, okay, now I will go for test PC1, and I'm saying first of all to the zip service you should be allowed. Yes, it is allowed. And if I go to R3 and using this command session here, showing me the session, that means firewall is working fine.
This is showing source and destination IP also.
Yes,
IP destination
yes.
IP.
It says zone pair from the zone 20 to zone 10. Source IP address is this, destination is this. Source port, this is originated, destination. Source VPN is this, destination VPN is this. Idle timeout and filter state is established. If I go to with this logic, if I go to test PC1 once again, and try to access our FTP, it's gone, right? So giving the specific control, so those application which is going to be allowed, that will be allowed, and which is you're not going to be allowed, it will be default action is dropped. This is your
Zone-based file.
zone-based firewall. Going for this. Go to your vmanage page, admin, login. So step number 1, you have also the additional vsmart, and in that vsmart you have to do the minimum configuration. This is the vsmart number 2.
Like that we have different V1 value.
So vsmart 2, and we will see that what is the initial configuration on this vsmart. Admin show run system. This has the system IP is 114. Site ID is 1,
Yes, good.
and that is belongs to the group ID 10. This is, you have to be configured by using CLI. So what is the command? You simply go to here, you will go to the system, and you will give the command controller group ID. Okay, in this case you are using 24 this. So here if you look for the show run once again, so these are the system parameter, system IP, site ID, controller group ID, and v1 IP, org name. Then in the transport parameter, this is the link ETH1, and initially what I will do here, ETH1, sorry, under the VPN 0, this one is using the IP addresses 4 172.16.10.4 and default route for this. So interface with this information, because right now it is not controlled by the vmanage, I will say no tunnel interface and commit. That's it.
If you don't do no tunnel interface, what will be the problem?
Is being managed by the vmanage. Okay.
System is being managed.
Comes back. The device is being managed by the vmanage. Any control connection to the vmanage backup, proceed, complete. That's fine. See it, because initially they have to be exchange the certificate, but the certificate exchange is happening over the tunnel. But if they do not know what parameters are need to be exchanged, so what the authentication will be failed. So first you have to be install certificate,
Okay, then
enable tunnel. So I will go to now vmanage. So far we have only one vsmart 1, okay, and if you look for this edge perspective, router 1, it is making 3 control session and 1 OMP session. Once we add second vsmart, we'll see that what is the number of
control sessions are nothing but this
DTLS. So I will go to devices, and there is a controller. Add controller vsmart, and the IP is 4, username is admin, password is also admin, do not generate CSR yet, add. So this is added, okay, vsmart. Policy is active, please attach a template to the new vsmart. Yes, we'll do that, no problem. vsmart policy is currently active, please attach a template to new vsmart. We do that, no problem. So now once you do this, it need and say certificate status is also installed. That's fine.
Already certificate is installed.
Certificate status is installed. I will go for the certificate, controller, and it says serial number is this, status is sync. Then I will simply go to the vsmart 2 and enabling the tunnels. Tunnel interface, color is gold, allow service all, and commit. Yes. Show run VPN 0. This is we have done. Color gold, allow. So then go back to HQ server, refresh this. It is updated with this 114. All this list is also available. So now see your dashboard. Automatically it will build a OMP session. Main dashboard. So now we will see 2 vsmart. There is a 2 vsmart, and here control connection is 6, because there is also one more vsmart. Control connection meaning OMP. How many router and vsmart is making the control connection.
How many router and
vsmart.
Okay. How many router and vsmart? There are 5 routers
and one vsmart. So
One
total is 6. Earlier there was a 5 control session.
right.
Now this continuously is building up, because we'll see here. Now see, vsmart is also making itself with a control session.
With
One
itself.
control session with the vsmart.
Other vsmart. Yeah.
Yes, so there is automatically OMP session between the
2 vsmarts.
yes. Now if you look for the VH1, it is making 2 control connection, one to each vsmart.
Because it has only one T-lock.
Yes, it has only one T-lock. But for this perspective, router 1 perspective, 4,
Yeah.
2 to each.
2 to each, yeah. So it then it is more, right? 4 into 3, 12, 14, 16. 16 control connections total, right? If you add everything, total 16, no? Control connections.
Total
Number of control connections is
look for the WAN edge perspective. This is the list of WAN edge perspective. How do you counting the total?
WAN edge perspective. Yeah, one. Yeah, this is from the one edge perspective. Yeah, correct.
So now you can see there is 2 OMP session with each router, one to each vSmart.
Right. But why they should make 4, right?
This is neighborship. OMP neighborship.
OMP membership, okay.
And that one is the DTLS connection. Control connection is the DTLS connection.
Okay.
Control connection to each T-lock. Each reachable T-lock, it will build automatically
Control.
DTLS
Okay.
connections.
OMP is a membership.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here for the router 1 perspective, it is making 5.
Right.
How?
How means
2 to each vSmart
Two-
and 1 to vManage.
1 to vManage, yes.
And more specifically, when we looking for this page, you can see 4. So 2 to each. This is only the connection, DTLS connection between the VH and vSmart.
Correct.
Between the vSmart and between the VH. That control status is telling you.
Right.
So it is making 4 control session. 2 to the each. And now what I will do, I'm going to be attach template for the second template, and I will control this with the help of, so I will go to this device controller and vsmart 2. It says it is common. Oh, that's nice.
But it says
But it is okay. Policy is applied. You can see because policy is activated, but still it is not
having any template.
yes. So vsmart 1, vsmart 2. This is vmanage. This is the CLI mode. So what I will do, I will go to this running configuration and oh, entire configuration is there. That's nice. So you automatically sync the configuration
From there.
from the one vsmart.
Okay.
Then I will go for template, create a device template, CLI template, paste here. This is vsmart 2, vsmart 2. Device model is vsmart and add. Now you need to be attach this vsmart 2, select, attach, and vsmart 2, next, attach. This is the configuration. We'll see that what will be the differences. Okay, so this is removed and added again. Removed, added again. That one is all policies added, updated policy. This is all updated policy. This is updated with rest of the policy. Configure devices. So in the meantime, I will go to vsmart 1.
Need to something vsmart 1.
No. Just I want to check the controller ID. Show run system. It is not using any controller ID. So I will say system controller ID is 10 for this, and commit. And I cannot make changes from here now because it is not allowed. So vsmart 1, what is the syntax? Controller ID 1. So you will go to device, you go to devices, you will look for vsmart 2, running configuration, and this is under the system. Copy, so first example is template vsmart 1 template, add it, and here under the system, somewhere under the system, I will say paste, let us assume that this one is 10. This is the member of 10, that one is 20.
Controller group ID.
Controller group ID, update. Right now it is not doing any change.
Okay, controller.
This is only the identification number.
So both has to be in the same group? Both the controllers?
Yes. See, default behavior is, when you come to the control, default behavior is, like suppose if I have two vsmart, both is using same ID, and then with the affinity, with the router perspective, you will say that you are the member of also 10.
Yeah.
Now it will automatically will pick anyone.
Okay.
Either it will make session with this one or this one, but it will not make session with both.
Okay, that way it will be load balanced.
Yes, that way it will load balance the sessions.
Okay.
So first we will go for this. We are setting 10 here, 20, 10 and 20 identification number. and there is a command for this affinity. We can verify the affinity status. Okay, so then go to, for example, R4, monitor network, R4, R4, these are the control connections. Okay, so this control connection it is building with 20. Okay, right now it is not updated. Soon you will see there is updated result. This will make with 10 also. So I'm going to refresh this. Refresh. And here we have the commands in the real time. It is using the concept of affinity, real time. Is controller affinity first status. So for router 4 perspective, you can see this. So it is making session with this interface. Is making session with this and this also.
10 and 20 ID. Group
ID so far is nothing doing anything.
Okay.
But you can see this interface is making the control session with this vsmart and this vsmart.
Okay.
So that's why for the router 4 perspective we have the 4 DTLS connection. 4 DTLS connection from each interface perspective. Now I will go to R4, and for R4 I will say you gig 00 do not make session with this.
The 4.
Okay, with 4. So I will
So
go
it is like 00 is making with 3 and 01 is making with 4. Like that also you can make.
In order to do this, first I will go for R4, and there is a command R4 under the system. First I will define the list of controller under the system. Controller group list. The command is controller group list. Okay, controller group list, because it is controlled by the vmanage, so I will go for, so automatically, so I will go for this interface gig 00, which is the internet interface, but I need a command because it is a CLI. Okay, so R4 system controller group list under the system. So go to CLI, go to template, go to R4 feature template, no, I'm sorry, this is only using CLI. Go back, all device, go to R4, edit, and under the system somewhere you have to give the command controller group list 10, 20. Okay, controller group list 10, 20. Update. CD preview how it is taking. Yes, it is. There is no space. There is no comma. Cancel this. Cancel this. Okay, I know that. So how to define the list? Give me two minutes, right? Give me 2 minutes. Let me pause the recording. The commands. What is the command? This is like that. Edit. Somewhere else. Controller hyphen group hyphen list 10 space 20. Do not use comma.
Okay.
Although that is only the commands we have to be, but syntax is important. And I want to see this going to be generate this times look like, yes, so it is generating. This is the controller list I have specified under the system template. Configure this. Now I will take a decision that to which interface I want to make session.
Okay.
Because by default it is making
Both.
to both. So I will say that exclude vsmart who is using controller ID 20
Okay.
for internet interface.
Okay.
Because by default it is making with both. So simply now I will go for route. I need to see the command here. I will go for R4 and under the BPN 0 in the interface GE/0 under the tunnel, because it is a tunnel specific command, exclude controller group list. Okay, so this is the command I need, exclude hyphen controller hyphen group list, and I will say do not make DTLS session with 20. So go to B, go to template, R4 CLI template, and edit. Under the interface which is going to the internet, this one, under the tunnel I have to be say exclude controller hyphen group hyphen list, okay, exclude hyphen controller hyphen group list, and then I will say 20. I will type here 20. Okay, update. So what we expecting now, earlier there was a 4 DTLS session, this time it should be 3 because 2 to the MPLS and 2 to be a gold. But this time, because we are saying to the gold connection, do not make session with, and what is the command here under the tunnels? We can see this is the command, exclude
20.
group list 20.
Okay.
And this is taking the reference from here because it knows both.
Okay, so it should be 3 now.
We'll see this. So regarding high availability, it is plug and play process. The moment you added the vsmart, automatically syncing this information, active solution. But unnecessarily it is using the DTLS tunnel overhead. To minimize that tunnel overhead, this is the affinity concept it is using. With that we can control the control session. And here I will go for, first I can see the dashboard. Main dashboard. Here I will go for, I will see R4, and so far it is taking time or what. Refresh. Yeah, I can see 4. Earlier it was 5. It is good.
Yeah.
Earlier it was 5, now it is 4. That means it's doing its job. Control perspective. For the R4, this is 3 connection only. And if I go for R4 page, monitor network, you'll see that affinity command R4 real time and the command is affinity. You can see the affinity configuration as well here. See the control affinity configuration. Yes, so this is the configuration you have done. On this interface, effective versus count. So one session to this interface is making the session only with 10. But this interface is making session with 10, 20, effective controller list and current controller list.
Both. Okay.
Is both. If we look for affinity status, control affinity status, now this interface is only making session with 10 but not 20.
Right.
But that one is making session with both.
Both.
So this way we can control the affinity.
Okay. So can we write also? Yeah, this is fine. Yeah.
Here we can also do the auditing, that when the user is login and if that user is making changes, you want to make an audit that what changes the user has made. So that things we can do with the help of the auditing here. So simple process for user management, that you will, there is a menu for this which is known as manage user. Under the administration, manage user. And here we can see there is a by default three group. By default, three group with their permissions. With the basic, you have only read permission to this interface. That's it.
So we can create custom groups also.
Read, yes. There is a net admin meaning super user. And the operator, only the read permission to all of.
Okay.
You can also create the custom group. Add user group, and then you can select what permission you want to give.
Nice.
So you will say, let's say custom. Then selectively you can give the permissions, like read and combination of all these permissions, privileges, read and write privileges you can give, and then add. So by default there is a three types of main group: basic, net admin, operator. Basic have only minimum permission to read the information of interface and system. Operator can read all the feature, and the net admin have the full permission. Now by default there is only one user, which is the admin. This is a super user. There is no way to delete this user. You can change password, but you cannot delete this.
But we can create a user and add to the group.
Yes, so you can create a user here, user, and let's say user1. Username is user1. Password is admin, and then you can associate with the group which is you have created. Okay. So this way custom, this way it is added. So for to give one demonstration of that, if this making any changes, it can be the member of more than one group. It is possible. So permission will be the effective permissions. Update.
So it can be part of multiple groups.
User can be the member of more than groups. The effective permission will be the combination of highest ones. So here if I go to log out, sign out, and log in with user1, password is admin, login. So you log in with user1. Now what I will do, I will go to, for example, I will go to one of the router template, R4, add it, and I will simply configure here, for example, I will say VPN 30, update. You can see who is making these changes. So this time this is initiated by the user1, and later on I want to see the log messages that what changes that user is made during its once it will applied. Okay, so now I want to see there is an option monitor and log. So here I can see these are the changes user is doing, and this is attaching this template. where is the CLI differences. So what changes he has done here, I can see this.
Okay, nice.
So this is the change he has done. So audit will give you,
So it's like granular audit.
yes. Okay, so then there is a feature called a cloud on express feature, which is designed to monitor the application which is hosted on a cloud, and that is we can enable. This is the feature cloud on RAM for software as a service. In order to enable this, you have to go to first setting. By default this feature is disable. This one, cloud ramp for SaaS. So add it and enable, save. Once feature is enabled, cloud on ramp, which is Cloud Express, then you can go to there is a configuration and cloud on ramp for SaaS. This is cloud on express feature. This wizard will open. So first it is demanding that for which application and from which VPN you want to monitor the cloud applications. So here I will say that I want to monitor, let's say, the application which is hosted on a cloud. You can only monitor those applications which is available in the list of the vManage.
Okay.
Latest update will give you new features,
Okay.
but there is, you cannot use your custom.
Okay.
So step number 1, here I need application which is I want to monitor. Manage cloud on the RAM service, and these are the applications, cloud based applications. All this which is most common is available.
Go to meeting. WebEx is not there? Okay. No, there will
Yes, Alex is not there, but that is strange. Cisco application and we cannot monitor. So you can pick from here.
Yeah.
There is also the Office 365, very famous. And then you're going to specify from which VPN.
10 and 20.
Yes, those user belongs to this service VPN can monitor this application and save these changes. This list is saved in vManage. Second option is now you want to say that okay, and when the traffic is going to this application, how it will go out through the internet, right?
Yeah.
So the first example here, that the traffic is going out from your VH, which is connected with direct internet. So direct internet access site, for examples, R4. Let's say R3. R4 is using internet here. Let's say R4. The condition is that you can see this is not controlled by the vManage. You cannot use that feature on these devices. So in order to apply this feature, the rule number 1, all vManage or all the devices must be controlled by the vManage. So that's why you can see only these are the highlighted. These are the grayed out where it is not managed by the. So this is the site which is accessing the cloud based application by using the direct internet access. If you know the interface, that which interface is going to the internet, you can specify here, otherwise it is automatically will check. In our case, this is the interface, gig00, save changes, and this is applying this cloud on express feature on R4 in our examples, which is using the direct internet access.
So we mentioned the interface also, right? No.
Yes, if you do not mention it, is automatically will check how I'm reaching to this, because it is obviously will reach to the internet through to this application with the help of the internet only.
And what all it will monitor, like?
It is going to be monitor the quality of that jitter, latency, bandwidth to reach this application. You can see once the command is applied, we can see the command is applied with the feature called Cloud Express. This is here, this one. This is the feature Cloud Express, and it is going, traffic is going, it is monitoring this application.
It is just monitoring, right?
Yeah, it is only monitoring.
Okay.
It is hosted, the application is hosted in a cloud,
Okay.
and you are monitoring like application aware routing.
Yeah. And what can we take any action also, like if monitoring fails or anything?
You just, what you can do here, you just is view. If I go for where is that configuration, cloud on RAM, it will give you this result. So suppose, is it good, average or bad? So it is only the monitoring kind of thing. You can see here bad, it is continuously monitoring and giving the ranking and the color code also,
It's a bad
because
one.
right now it is not
Not able to
connected with
reach.
an internet. This is known as the Diptela quality of experience status.
Okay.
So it is continuously will check and will let you know what is the status, it is good or bad. So right now there is no such traffic, no data to display. But this is the way to implement this. Once internet is on, it is continuously will check and will show you the results. Similarly, I can say that if the direct internet connection is down, then go for through the HQ. So this is your gateway side. So here I can say router number 3, which is act as a gateway. So default behavior is, as long as directly connected internet is alive, it is tracking this application through the direct internet access. If link is down, then traffic is going through the HQ to this application. So there is a two concept, client and gateway.
Client and gateway.
So client meaning direct internet access, and the gateway meaning if the client direct access is down, then the traffic will go through the HQ.
Okay.
That's it. So here if we go back our configuration cloud on-prem, so two devices are added. One is on VPN 20, this is what is using different. So that is the concept of sdwan.